All right, guys, about a couple months ago, 2 months ago, I showed you guys the pallet coop. We got the cage still standing. I got flowers back here. But here it is, remember the pallet coop? Some stuff didn't line up. I'm getting ready to put on the rubber roofing and add in some other stuff onto the roof. But I got this all done myself, one person. It was about, I'd say maybe $500 at the end of the day, and most of it was from the screws. I still got some patching up to do. A lot of messed up cuts because nothing was even on this. It was just, as you can see, it's just for turkeys, so it doesn't have to be mint. I just need to hold up in the winter because we live in New York over here. So it came out pretty nice for the most part. A lot of room. Very, very sturdy. Very sturdy. I just took some type of gutter material and put it across the top to cover up any gap that was on the top. Temporary tarps on it right now. Like I said, we're not all done yet, but just remember, this was just a couple pallets and one thing. This was literally just a couple pallets. And then we're gonna come around here to the front. It's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice. And remember, I did this by myself. This was the job of one person. It took a lot of screws. There's a lot of room in here. This is the gate, the front door. I'm going to be putting it on hinges around here at some point, making a cut on that. But we got a lot of room in here, guys. And this is just pallets. And yes, I added a couple extra pieces onto the pallets to support it. I got pieces going through the middle. I got pieces running across the bottom to hold it from any blowouts over the winter. And then we have this spot right here, which is going to be a little storage part once I finish it right here. And there will be a spot where I can reach in and grab stuff. And this is going to be for, right now I got all this blocked off so no predators can get in really around here. They don't really come this way because I'm so far from the wood lines, but and I got dogs. So this is going to be for feed, bedding, anything I need to store in the winter is going to go right here in this spot. And then they have all this area in here. I was already keeping ducks in here for a little bit and they loved it. This is all sawdust. And like I said, guys, $500 built this whole thing. We got a lot of the wood was from the Amish. We got Amish cut wood. We have random pieces of wood I found around the farm. And then we have these studs from Home Depot that I used on the roof. But it's very, very sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I'm about 180 pounds and I can swing from these rafters, these support beams. Nothing moves. Obviously a little bit of noise. Like I said, most of the money came from the screws. I had to use a lot of screws, a lot of nails for the roof, and a lot of large screws for the birds' mouths and everything like that. Because I really want this to hold up in the winter. I spent about 3 or 4 weeks on this thing, and I do not want it going down in the winter because we live in New York and the winter is bad out here. The winter can be very bad. Like I told you last time, the winter was so bad last year. The snow was higher than this 8-foot tent, higher than the 9-foot lifetime shed. I was standing over that shed on the snowbanks last winter. So I'm really hoping this can hold up. Very sturdy. Like I said, anybody with somewhat common knowledge of some framing and Anything else, I used to build garages when a couple jobs ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, I used to build a lot of garages. And anyone can do this, guys. All you need is a ladder and a couple trips to Home Depot. If you know the Amish, get a hold of the Amish, mix it up, and you guys can make something like this out of about $500. And like I said, it is very deep. It's about, I'd say, 16 feet long and maybe 10 foot wide. And you can fit a lot of birds in here, guys. Small birds. I'm going to put about 7 to 8 full-size turkeys in here. And this is going to be where they're going to be staying in the winter, because they can no longer stay in my chicken coop because they're eating my chicken eggs. So they're going to have to go. This is the update on the pallet coop, and it turned out really nice. Like and follow, share. Send this to someone who might needs a reference, something to look at. And I did all this with a circular saw and a reciprocating saw. All this, everything done with 2 saws, 3 drills, and a lot of nails and a lot of drill bits. All right, guys, I'm out. The flies are getting me. Peace.